welcome to our first episode. Happy New Month. I am Kinsey, your host.
I'm Jeremiah Ezekiel, your co-host as well.
Yep. And we're here to talk about Christian movies. And we've selected about two movies to talk about. We're going to talk about how the movie affects us as,
Well,
individuals, Christians, and whatnot. So we're going to start by taking you through Man of God. As you all know, this is like a popular Nigerian movie.
movie.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get right to it. Enjoy the ride. So I started watching this Man of God sometime last year or so. It came out, I think 2022 came out here around that time. So the movie is gangs. It just teaches us about it's kind of
I
like
think it's about the foolishness and parental guidance.
yeah.
You know, I'll say I always have to go back to Africa.
Of
It's
course.
more like it's our origin.
Yeah, it
I
is.
have to scrap that part out because also I'm a Nigerian. Yeah, so we're the black biggest nation in Africa.
Yeah.
So we in Africa or Nigeria as a whole, your parents feel like if they should spare the rod, you're actually spoiling you. So they have to like always keep whooping your ass like in terms of correction and stuff. So they're even in my life, but there are sometimes you actually might keep hitting a child. You don't know that you're actually doing more harm than good. You get me? So I feel like there you need communication, not just the rod. You don't
Yeah.
use the rod all the time for
Yeah.
correction. Sometimes you just have to sit the child down. Or like a girl, you have a girl child, if she has a boyfriend, you say, okay, you notice it definitely your girl child will definitely have a boyfriend. Definitely.
True. But like, let's talk about the characters now. Who is like your favorite character? Like who can you say that okay, this particular character can go down to you? Who is that person? Who is that favorite
For me,
character?
I would say someone, I don't know what it's more like the bad guy.
Somewhere.
But I would just like try to like be a better version of someone.
I get what you mean. For me, I think it's Teju. I mean, Teju she gave us the Christian Proverbs 31 woman down, down. Especially supported him. She even helped him through the breakup. If we're watching the movie from at least half of it, he liked her friend Joy.
Yeah.
That fair, beautiful. Everybody likes that as someone pretty. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So like he liked her and then she didn't. I think she liked him as well, but she couldn't because they're like more or less. I think
Not
family.
compatible.
No, I think they were like more like family friends. Yeah. So they were just give. She was just like she didn't want to say what she actually felt about him. And then we have his best friend, or is he his best friend, or
The girl.
the girl that was staying with him?
Yeah.
I think that was his best friend. But they were having some kind of relationship that was
That was more like a friends benefit kind of thing.
yeah, exactly. But the babe was actually bringing him money to
Yeah.
help the whole thing. Yeah. So I'm a down to earth Teju girl. Yeah, Teju gave she was very supportive. Um man, that babe, she was just supportive. Yeah. And if I to like rewind to the beginning of the movie, wow, that's that's like it's something that everybody has gone through.
Definitely.
Everybody has gone through. And who hasn't been smacked as a child? Eh? Who like who hasn't been I've been smacked. Don't be I've been smacked and pampered. Smacked and pampered at the same time. But like if we're to follow the Bible, which we should, Proverbs, I find like Proverbs is a very stingy Bible verse. Yeah. The chapters of Proverbs is very, very stingy. As in to tell you about wisdom, tell you about being foolish. Like the word is enough for the wise. If you're not wise, that means what are you?
God, no.
Obviously now, obviously, obviously. But like you can't live in a world without following the Bible. That's one thing we should learn as youth. We shouldn't just go like this, like this. Like my mother used to say, you can't be one side and then be on this other side. You have to choose a path,
Stay focused.
stay focused. So I feel like if we're talking about Samuel's dad now, I think that he was wrong, and at the same time, he wasn't
Right.
wrong. Yeah,
That's more for me. I would say that's more like he thought he was actually God. The parent
yeah,
responsibility that
irresponsible.
for a parent can never admit that he's wrong or she's wrong because she thinks or he thinks that it's doing the best thing for the child, and definitely for a parent that's the best thing, but
Yeah,
for the child might not view it that way. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Like in Proverbs 13:24 says, "He that spareth the rod hated his son." So the man loved his son. Let's look at it this way. The man loved his son. But as a stubborn child now, stubborn Nigerian child, of course, we always have
Most people
that.
do that straight.
Exactly, you see. So he loved his son and he wanted the best for his son. And do you know one thing I have in mind, like one thing I see? I see that as a parent, we shouldn't just ignore the fact that he's a child. If you get what I mean. God can use anybody, as in anybody, to use to speak to us. That is one thing I am learning because nobody is too small in the eyes of God.
At all.
Nobody. Is it not the same donkey that spoke in the Bible?
True.
The same donkey that spoke in the Bible. So nobody is too small to listen to the word.
For me, I feel like God definitely for him to prove himself, he doesn't want a ready-made kind of person. He
Exactly.
wants someone that everyone looks down on that person.
We're all servants, like servants of God. Yeah. So when I see or when I've like I've seen people, most especially parents, whenever the child is disturbing in church, they always like give them their phone, that kind of thing.
That's right.
But that's not right. We're not teaching, we're supposed to be teaching the children that you have ears. Listen to this word. Listen to the word of God. Nobody is too small, too big for the word. I feel like these things that they are doing, it's not encouraging them because how do you want them to grow up and be like, okay, I know this and this. My mom shared something with me and we're watching this video about a child that can say the alphabet in like using the Bible. And she was like, look at what parents are teaching their children. It was I was amazed and I was in awe because it's really encouraging. And most people are also encouraged by what we're doing as youth. It's very rare, but we're trying. God is helping us, sha.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. But like someone's father wasn't wrong, in my opinion. He wasn't wrong. He was just the Bible Proverbs also says that foolishness lies in the heart of a child. We all
Now,
yeah, thank you.
it's like we Christian, when you actually give your life to Christ, that's actually when you see most of the temptation.
Yeah.
Even before you were converted to a Christian.
I see Jesus now. Jesus was tempted by the devil. The devil, what was that? Ah, God, God, I beg. God, I beg.
The part where I think where the devil actually
Gave him,
the
is this stone?
whole yeah, something like that.
Stone, then,
Okay, trying
yeah,
to test him after the fasting, trying to so he can break the fast. He
break
was
the
like,
fast.
I'll give you this. Was like, you know, in life, once you have a goal, that's I think Jesus Christ's goal was to like stay focused,
Stay focused, yeah.
fasting, that's it. But I think that was where devil was wrong because he thinks that he knew what would actually disrupt Jesus Christ, but not knowing he has a focused mind and his mind like focused. Yeah. So
Yeah.
in life, once you focus, there's nothing in this life that can distract you other than yourself. You
No.
letting you fall into
Yeah.
sleep. So
Yeah.
that's it.
But someone's father really used the rod of correction on him.
Yeah.
As per the boy even sworn not to go back home. The dear mother was heartbroken. I could I could feel for her because she wanted her
But
son.
for a second there, I when someone's mom was actually sending um written messages
Yeah.
to someone someone grew of age, he knew his mom wanted to see him, but
Yeah.
then he was like, I don't want to go back to that house. Not just Not like he hates his mom or
Mm,
something, but his dad, going back to see his dad,
yeah. You know that the
that
father gave him like trauma,
yeah. So
traumatized the
I
boy.
think when he was on stage after the concert and everything,
He
when he
was
went,
remember. Ah,
yeah,
God, that was
for a
like,
moment I was actually thinking maybe was it the ghost of the father, but when I
but
realized it was
like
like illusion kind of
he
thing,
was remembering. That
yeah.
was, I'm on. That's one thing we shouldn't do to our children, because guy,
I think they say this famous adage is too much of everything.
it's bad.
So, so the correction was too much.
Yeah. But you know what? One thing that like blew, like just shocked me was how him and Teddy just got married all of a sudden. Like, bruh, wait, where did they did not show how um
I think for me, I think the person that actually wanted this or actually made the thing happen was Teju, because she was like a shoulder that someone was crying on, leaning on. So they actually like Teju opened her heart for someone to like come in. But when I think it was when someone was sleeping on the bed for I think one night like that.
yeah,
So he woke up having this dream that it was the other film lady. He was like, he got mad. Oh fuck! I actually married the wrong person. Not because of, I think it's we guys. That's how we might get into a relationship. Like we have someone we're crushing on, then then eventually end up with someone else. But since you have that picture
yeah.
coming in once, it's just a normal thing for a guy.
But he still carried out his music lifestyle into the church.
I think that's one thing about we are actually also like embrace or see want to encourage the Gen Z out there. I know people are famously into the skin calling Yahoo Yahoo kind
Mm.
of stuff. I think